Howdy guys, Airbanner Pilot here. Bet you weren't expecting me to say that. I always start with, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. But, I thought I'd change it up a little bit this time. Keep from getting things too stale. Yeah, let's go ahead and get right back into it. It is awfully late, and I'm actually kind of tired for once. But with that being said, I think we can make a lot of progress this time around. Ooh, I have a bit of a stick issue. My stick keeps drifting to the left. But that's okay. We can make this work. So, we left off... Hope we can make it work. What key do we have? Ah, we got the employee elevator key. So, we need... Where do we need to go? I think we need to go downstairs. No, not downstairs. We need to go... Where do we need to go? I guess we go to the elevator beyond the door? I'm not entirely sure. See what we can do here. Nope. So, I don't remember what we need to do here. Oh, I wonder if it unlocks this. Yeah, okay. So, we were close. Ah, this is like the most stressful part of the game right here. So, here's the thing about this area. We're supposed to get into this elevator here. Well, here's the thing. If you read this, I believe it's this. Maybe not. If you step inside of it, an alarm goes off. Well, if you read this, or I guess this here, one of these things says that, oh, maybe it's this. Employee regulations are posted here. They've got nothing to do with me. No. There's something that's posted here. There are memos hanging. Yeah, there's this little note that says that it's got a max capacity of only one person. It's kind of funny because throughout the entire game... Oh, wait a minute. Is this it? Oh, that's just the boxes. But it's funny because we're carrying so much stuff. And, yeah, essentially... we have to put all of our stuff into that locker. I'm not sure why it's doing that. Oh yeah, see, the weight allowance is one person. So, won't let me go anywhere. Something written on the over the buttons. What's this? Weight allowance one person. So what we gotta do is we gotta use this shelf thing to store all of our items. I believe the only item that you can keep on you, I think, is the letter from Mary, and everything else has to go in there. It's funny because you can't carry the photo of Mary. I think that's supposed to be symbolic that, oh yeah, she's with you. But, then again, I wouldn't know. But anyway, this is kind of a stressful part because, well, as you can see, we're putting all of our items in this shelf, which includes our weapons and our flashlight too. The radio we can live without, but yeah. And honestly, we can live without the weapons too. But the flashlight, on the other hand, that's kind of where I draw the line. Basically, there's a few monsters down here, and we have to, you know, be vigilant about it and stuff. because we can't fight back here. We are completely defenseless throughout this entire area. It is super stressful. Also, mind you, if we get hurt, we don't have any way to heal ourselves. So, yeah. Fortunately, we get an employee hotel map, which is kind of nice. And it tells us about some other areas. But you'll see in a minute that we are not alone down here, which really sucks for this area. Oh, that's another thing. You can't check your map down here because it's too dark to read the map. You always have to be next to a light source in order to read your maps. So, yeah. Like I said, very tense area. But we found what we're looking for here, which is the Snow White map. A bunch of expired food in here too. But now that we've got that, we can go ahead and we can continue down this hallway. I really don't like going down this hallway because, again, there is a monster down here. There are a lot of monsters down here. And there's a lot of cases where you can't really see around the corners very well. So, you know, you're constantly running into them, which just makes this area a lot more tense. Basically, this is like one of the things that this game really does right. You know, it's definitely scary going through this area. You know, up into this point, you've been pretty powerful. You've always had a weapon on you. This is one of the few areas where you don't have a weapon. Silent Hill on VHS? Nah, it's just a videotape. And a can opener, too. I think there's something in this box. Nope, never mind. Anyway, that letter on the desk earlier was referring to that. So that videotape will come in handy soon. I guess the monster isn't down here yet. Maybe it's in the next hallway. Got some rifle shells. Just a shame we can't use them until we go back upstairs and get our stuff. That'll come in handy for the bosses up ahead. We have like 3 bosses left in this game. So yeah, those are all locked. Which means we gotta go down this way. And we can't go back up because we're past the 1-person weight limit. As soon as we picked up that as soon as we picked up that box at the beginning, the music box. So yeah, here's where it gets really creepy. So we have to avoid these guys. Again, I'll even show you. We don't have any weapons. I mean, unless we have a magic hammer that we can hit the end of those bullets with, we are absolutely defenseless here. We also don't have any health items either. So, actually, now that I think about it, I should have built myself up a little bit. We'll be fine, because these guys aren't that strong, but again, it's such a tense moment. So as soon as we walk past this guy, he's going to wake up. Just like that. And also, you don't know what doors are locked and which ones aren't. So it's a lot of, you know, kind of a guessing game. Also, having to hear that thing is very unsettling. But fortunately, oh, there is a health item down here. And progression stuff. This area looks like it was reused for Silent Hill 3. We got the bar key, which is great. That allows us to get a little bit further. Oh, he or she is right there. I'm going to say it's a she. Oh, there's something over here that James... Oh, never mind. He's looking at the monster. Oh, there's another one. Okay. We're out of there, which is great. More health items. A lot of health items in here, actually. So you're not entirely screwed when you're going through here. It's just, again, it's really tense. So there's a can here, which we can use the can opener for. Fun fact, by the way, if you're playing the HD collection, this whole scene where you, or that whole scene where you check out the can, I think it gets completely negated from just how long it takes for the scenes to pop up or whatever. And then if you use the can opener, it doesn't even show up at all. So we're going to go ahead and open that up real quick. Yeah, that whole scene right there and this whole scene doesn't even show up. But anyway, it's a can full of light bulbs. We took one. Comes in handy in this next room, which is the bar. And there's nothing in here. You'd think there'd be like some health drinks or something up there. Very nice looking bar though. Poster said something too. Nature spirit. Whatever that is. So there's a little lamp. Well, I just call it a flashlight on the counter here. Oh, okay. So normally, you know, this door is pretty hidden as it is. You can't really see it. At least they give us kind of reasoning why we can't open it, even though we know now that it's right there. But this bulb is supposed to work on this lamp. And it shines on the door. I guess so. Anywho, now I think... I don't know how I feel about this area. I don't know if they're alive or if they're dead. Okay, they're dead. But that was kind of unsettling. Okay, there's a light here. So, I think we can either go downstairs. I think we can also use the elevator, though. Oh, no, we can't. That's turned off. So, where do we go? Oh, we go to the staircase, right. So, now we just make our way back to the storage locker that has all of our items. There are abstract daddies up here, so just kind of keep that in mind. Fortunately, we can take a look at our map. Kind of see where we need to go. We need to go upstairs, don't we? Yeah, we do. So we'll just go to the right or the left. Yeah, we're gonna run past him and get out of that situation pretty fast. And then all you gotta do is head over to the left and get all of our stuff back. So all in all, not a really... Oh, gosh. Not a really hard part. It's just really tense. Because again, you don't have your weapons. You're essentially defenseless. But now we've got them all back. We can see everything. We can attack everything we need to. And we have all the items we need to progress. So, very nice. And we got more ammo for the hunting rifle, so that's not too bad at all. We're going to stick with the shotgun for now, considering how much ammo we have for it. I would save here, but I think we're fine. Oh, the monsters went away. Huh. So, oh yeah, we need to go downstairs and put those music boxes in the main music box. That unlocks something. Sorry, kind of keeping an eye on my time. So yeah, we now have all of our music boxes. We have the Little Mermaid, Cinderella, and Snow White boxes. So you put those on there. Don't play it. I mean, you can, but it's not gonna do anything. So I don't think the placement of these really matters. Oh yeah, it does actually. So yeah, we need to put Little Mermaid on here. No. Who fled at midnight. So that would be Cinderella. Okay, so we got them right. That's good. And now you play this, and get a cute little tune. I think it's remastered in Shattered Memories. We'll get to that game eventually. Heck, I might do that one before Halloween. That'll be a perfect winter game too, because it's always snowing. But anyway, I need to figure out where we're going. Key was for the hotel stairway. Okay, so I think yeah, we need to go to the right this time, I think. Yeah, because one of the stairways has a grated door that's kind of blocking the way. I think it's this one. Yep, there it is. So we open that up, and now we can get the room 312. I don't think we have the key for... Oh, wait. Oh, it's already open, I think. Oh, no, that's just that's the wallpaper. Never mind. So we still got to find a key to room 312, as far as I'm aware. Shouldn't be too hard to find. At this point, it's just a lot of, you know, looking around. Yeah, maybe it is open. Oh, you know what? I think I know what we forgot to do. There's actually a couple things that we forgot to do. So I think we need to go in these two rooms down there. And should probably go oh no, we can't explore those yet. Okay. There's a section that's kind of like a little bit of story exposition. Just kind of explains some things. Yeah. Yep, in here there's a cutscene that we can listen to regarding James and his wife. There's a book open on the top of the desk. It looks like a medical book. I've already read enough medical books. None of them ever did any good. It's a little bit in depth with the plot. Maybe it doesn't go into the cutscene. Tourist brochures. Shotgun shells. Huh, I could have sworn there was like a cutscene that played out over here. Oh well. Some handgun and bullets down here. Or been to the cloakroom. I think we need to grab the key from the foyer. Or, I guess the help desk. Oh, the music still keeps going. It's kind of nice. It gives this room a little bit more ease to it. And it continues in here. So yeah, we got the room to 312. The key to my room, or to the room where Mary and I stayed. There's also stuff back here. Oh, never mind. That took us back out. I'm kind of just looking around, seeing if I missed anything. It's like a door back here. Yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, now we can go back up. We can go into the room 312 and have a little bit of exposition. Kind of drop a bombshell in terms of a story. So I'll go ahead and stop right here and kind of explain things real quick before we go in. Sorry. So this next part is going to explain quite a few things in regards to James and his relationship with his wife Mary, who he assumed was dead going into this town anyway, but kind of has a hint of doubt now that he's gotten the letter. Basically, I know, hang in there, James. Basically, this scene is kind of going to explain the history behind, or actually, it's going to explain what happened to Mary, what actually killed her, because they hint. Actually, no, I think he already mentioned, but his wife was diagnosed with this degenerative disease, which slowly killed her. It essentially got to the point where she was put on hospice care. In fact, you know, the last few weeks of her life, maybe months, she was sent home to live with James instead of stay at the hospital. So, you know, he got to pretty much see this person that he put all of his love toward just essentially fall apart on him. It's a very tragic way to go, and it's a very tragic thing to have to deal with for the person or who's put in that position. I definitely would. I'd definitely say that's a pretty rough thing to have to go through. But yeah. Oh, phone went off. Let's go ahead and see what actually happened, because at this point, all we know is that she died. Was it from her illness, or was it from something else? Maybe, you know, maybe some monster got her. Maybe somebody tried to kill her or something. Or maybe something different. Let's go ahead and go on inside. See what's going on in here. Nice little room. There's a couple stains on the floor. I'm not sure how I feel about that. But, hey, bed's all made up. It's got a TV and a VCR. That's pretty fancy. See if there's any flavor text for anything. Oh, you can't even go back there. Can we open up the bathroom? Nope. can't really open up anything here. See if we can turn on this TV. Oh, there's a television here. Even when it's plugged in, all I get is snow. There's a VCR here. It looks like I'll be able to use it. Let's go ahead and pop that bad boy in. See what Silent Hill on VHS looks like. Spoiler alert, it's not the best movie. But I don't think this is that movie to begin with.
Are you taping again?
It's not.
Come on. I don't know why, but I just love it here. It's so peaceful. You know what I heard? This whole area used to be a sacred place. I think I can see why. It's too bad we have to leave. Please promise you'll take me again, James.
Okay, so the rest of it's just static. So in case you didn't catch that, and you probably didn't, because that video makes it very uh, vague as to what's going on in that scene. But you see the scene where James is kind of hovering over Mary, just kind of looming over. Basically, in that scene, he suffocates her. Oh, my light is out. But he essentially just let's go ahead and go back in here real quick. He killed her by suffocating her with a pillow. There are videos, or I think there's an uncensored version that shows a little more in depth as to what happens. It also clears up the audio too. You actually hear Mary's muffled screams and stuff. It's very unsettling, but it is confirmed he did kill her. I probably already alluded to it, but the reason why he killed her was mostly to put her out of her misery. I can't say that I sympathize with him, because that is a pretty bold thing to do. Not in a good way either. You know, murder is murder, but I can kind of see, or there is a reason why, and it's a very, it's something that is meant, or that is kind of seen. It's a very real thing that can happen. Basically, somebody feels so sorry for someone, seeing them in pain and stuff like that, and then they get to the point where it's like, on it's not so much, well, in James's case it's a little more a mixture of things, but in most cases it's more like I hate seeing them like this, and the only way that they see helping them is by putting them out of their misery. So kind of a bold way to go, but in James's case it's a mix of that, and also at this point, he's pretty much, been without Mary for almost a year, maybe a year and a half. Don't quote me on that. I would take a look at some of the source material on that. But essentially, he's been without Mary for a very long time, and obviously, being away from the one that you love is kind of hard enough as it is. It's also hard enough seeing them in pain. So one of the themes of this game is, quite a few things that go through your mind. What happens when you're away from your spouse and stuff, especially in a fresh marriage. I think these guys haven't been married that long. But essentially, the game focuses on themes of, sexual frustration, isolation, and stuff like that. James is pretty devoted to his wife, and the fact that he's not really able to fulfill, sexual needs and also social needs, it really kind of got to him and stuff. There's source material that says that he lashed out at fellow employees at the barber shop that he worked at, and stuff like that. And, it all culminates from just the situation that his wife was in. Now, here's something that kind of, maybe questioned. So, if he killed her, how come nobody's been asking about it? There's two things that kind of play into that. One, I think she's only been dead for like a week or so. She hasn't been dead long. Also, sorry, I'm a little tired. What was the other thing? Oh, also, it's the perfect setup. She's sick and she's on her deathbed at this point. She pretty much didn't have much longer to live anyway. James just got rid of her because of, like I said, a mixture of things. Feeling bad for the situation she's in, sexual frustration, needing, or basically staying true to her and stuff like that, and all kinds of things. Now, I'm not saying that James is a sympathetic character. Like I said, murder at the end of the day is still murder, and I can't really condone his actions, but I can understand where he's coming from, not on a personal level, but just from an analysis level. I can see where he's coming from. But anyway, I'm getting too into it here. So step outside, and you'll notice that this area isn't looking so great. It's dark, again, obviously, but the walls are kind of disgusting looking. And if you look closely, there's actually water dripping from the ceiling. Essentially, the facade that the town has been putting on, showing this hotel as being in prime condition and stuff, is kind of losing its effect. Essentially, the whole idea of the town was to, put James in a familiar place, all the while punishing him and stuff for his sins and whatnot. Well, now, he's accepted the fact that he has done this thing, and it's kind of, or his reality is kind of coming into play. Yeah, actually, that's the perfect way of putting it. Essentially, reality is starting to come back into effect. The dream is over. That idea that maybe his wife is still alive is completely shattered at this point. Therefore, the hotel is starting to take on its actual physical manifestation, or physical appearance, which is a rundown, weather battered place. Basically, this place was flooded and stuff, and it just hasn't been taken care of very well. Music's also creepy in this area too. But we'll go ahead and get back to this next time. This is a 40-minute video. I'm wanting to upload this and go to bed. But next time, I'll go into a little more depth with it. We still have pretty much the rest of this place to go through. So, plenty to look at. It only gets worse from here. This is kind of just a little glimpse of how this place is going to look. And might I just say, before we save, this is a really, really good transition. I give them so many props for this. It's actually kind of spooky, just coming out of, this really nice, bright room and coming back into a place that you saw before as just being this really somewhat decent place. Yeah, the lights were all off and stuff, but now everything is dark. There's water dripping. It's run down. Like I said, it's reality kind of being brought back into the equation. And it's such a subtle touch that you probably won't notice at first. You'll notice it as we progress, though. It gets a lot worse. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and save here. And we're going to call it a night. Or a day, wherever you are. But, yeah. Oh, I'm very glad that we're getting to the end of it. But at the same time, I'm actually kind of happy that we're at the end of it. So this is where things actually got interesting for me. The game itself, like I said, is great. I think it's a fantastic game. I just don't consider it in the same light as Silent Hill 1 and especially Silent Hill 3. Actually, more so Silent Hill 1. 3 is a little short, but I still find that game to be a little more... excuse me. I find it to be a little more exciting than Silent Hill 2. That being said, we're now at the point where things are starting to unravel story-wise. Everything's kind of been hinted at and stuff throughout the game. And now, psychologically, things are starting to, you know, well, in the terms of psychology of the character and stuff, it's all starting to make a lot more sense. There is a lot more to the story than, you know, we're led to believe. From the beginning of the game, for those who hadn't played it, you're essentially led to believe that you are looking for this dead or supposedly deceased person, who may actually still be alive in this town. Now, granted, that's a very fat chance because the guy already knows that she's dead, but he clings on to that idea that maybe she is alive and maybe, you know, maybe he's just lying to himself. The book kind of goes over a couple more of his thoughts and stuff. I totally recommend giving that book a read through. I'll actually link that in the video this time because I feel like if you guys want a more in-depth look and just a good read, give it a read. It's a short book. It's not too complex, and a lot of the game is kind of missed over and stuff. So, it kind of just focuses on the main stuff besides the side quests and whatnot. And it also goes into a little more detail on, or a little more in-depth on characters like Angela and Eddie. But yeah, totally recommend it. Lady Ducky, I think that's her name, did a great job translating it. Hoping that we get Silent Hill 1 fully translated, and then Silent Hill 3 translated completely too. Can't really care much for the movie translation, but if that comes in the future, I'll still read that too. But anyway, I'm getting super off task, or off track. Let's go ahead and end this. I'll go ahead and keep it similar for those of you who have been watching me. Have a great day, night, wherever you are. Yeah. Take it easy, guys.